Welcome back to Mortals and Portals, a Pathfinder really plain podcast. I am your host, GM Zach, and joining me at the table is
Adam, and I play Jules, and Azur Petty Bard.
I'm Joel, and I play Dex, Kobo Rogue.
Ryan, I play Ryu, an elf magus.
Tara, did I play Waltz and a human exemplar?
So glad y'all could
What a
join
good
us
try.
on our little
Thanks
adventure
for coming,
here
y'all.
today.
It's great that you could be with us today.
Well, I'm just
Yeah,
tickled to
Ram.
be here.
I could do this the whole episode if you guys want to.
But
do
you
it.
stopped.
Yeah, we might as well. We've started.
All right, cool.
Just really ruined the tone of the...
Yeah, all the orcs that Ryu's fighting is like, hey, why is that the unbound? What's going on here?
Careful.
Absolutely.
It's a
Why's
mind
he
trick.
making all that noise over there with that pointy little sword?
They're trying to distract us. Kill them anyway.
Hey, get out of here.
Go on, get.
Sure, we could sort this out another way.
Good April Fool's episode.
Sure, we could sort this out.
I don't know. A bunch of stuff
Anyway.
happened in the last episode. Does anyone have any freaking
literally
idea
just
what happened?
recorded it.
No,
You don't
yeah.
feel
I'm
Yeah,
in
yeah,
love,
yeah.
and I don't care who
There's a lot
knows
of
it.
stuff to talk about. Yeah, Adam played on his little flute or whatever. Hung out with his girlfriend. Waltz, he just went to the park with his mom, and some hooligans just ruined all that. And then so he just went home. And then let's see, Ryu, he chatted with Jen. They just bonded over some trauma, I guess, or something,
Yeah, they're
Things
becoming
like
very
that.
best friends, it seems.
And I don't know. That's pretty much what happened. There's really nothing else I can say about it. All right, that's it. That's everything that happened.
I'm fine with it.
And we
Pretty
just
much.
recorded it, so we don't even need the recap. If you need the recap, I'm sorry, because that's all I got for you. I don't mean to sound so rude about it either. By the way, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
if you
you're
need-
on one.
Sorry if you needed more of a recap. I just that's all I got for you. So, any questions? Does everyone know what to do? All right, go.
Hi, I'm Ryan. And
No.
No,
Anybody but
stop,
Ryan.
Just you want us to just start role playing?
Yeah.
I have your pizza
No, 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 no.
order here.
Well, that's a pretty cool new glove you got there, Waltz.
You want to touch it?
Yeah, let's see what's
All right,
going
maybe
on.
I do need to set some
I
boundaries.
guess nobody
Okay.
wants this pizza.
So, yeah, no pizza. Ryan's not here. Thank goodness. Anyway, back on Keeper's Keep. So you all had time to rest,
Y'all.
basically. Your keeper, yeah, it's a little carryover. Y'all had some time to rest, and you're just feeling
gosh.
He's
cool
stuck.
as a cucumber. Adam, what'd you do? That voice is just too fun to do. Someone listening to the podcast does talk like that, and they're like, "I don't get what's so funny."
I can finally understand them.
Finally, they stopped speaking in those
finally
weird
know what they're
Western
talking about.
accents.
Hey, we're finally not making fun of British accents or whatever we do. Like off the rail.
Just give it time.
Yeah.
I'll speak pretty soon. So.
Yeah. All right. So you guys are at Keeper's Keep. Like I said in the last episode, the Keepers basically commanded you guys to rest. So you all had some time to rest, eat food, all of that. But then also, as the days have passed a little bit, you've taken some time to essentially train and get familiar with your new abilities. So Waltz is an exemplar now. You guys all have free archetype dedications and things like that. So you've had time to familiarize yourself with your new powers, train a little bit. You guys probably over this time shared exactly what transpired on your little adventures. Waltz would have shared the vision he had, and Dax would have talked about Droga. But you guys wouldn't necessarily prioritize what you need to do yet exactly. You just need to train and master these powers. The Keepers would have told you that as well. So maybe a couple days have passed, but you've also been called to meet with the Keepers. They want to share a little bit more information with you guys. So maybe after your morning preparations, you guys all step outside and except for you, obviously, have regrouped a little bit, and I'll kick it over to you guys.
Hey, Jules, that song you were playing last night, that was really beautiful. Reminded me of home a bit.
Thank you, Dax. That's honestly the first time I played it in completion.
Well, I couldn't tell.
Thank you. I appreciate that it made you think of home because It is a song from the heart. The melody has been with me all my life. I'm sure you've heard me play it many times before, at least partially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember back on the boat.
Yes. According to Edard, this song is my mythium.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Do they hurt? Are you used to them yet? And I'll kind of touch the top one of your horns gently.
Yeah, I'm already kind of forgetting that they're there sometimes until I get to a door frame that's too low.
Well, if I didn't know you so well, I'd certainly be intimidated by you.
Well, thank you very much, Jules.
You're welcome.
It's about time I start intimidating people.
Oh, you've always been tough. And then Jules will cry
that's
because he thinks
yeah.
of his friend.
Uh,
Maybe some awkward silence.
Yeah.
Where's Walt? I saw him earlier today.
Yeah, did you see that glove thing he has? He was messing with it this
what is
morning.
that thing?
he's just over there like punching stuff with it and blowing things up.
Very curious to know what that's about.
Hey, Waltz,
Walt?
you coming?
Oh, yeah, guys, how's it going?
Walt, you're looking as big as ever.
Oh, thanks.
What's this glove?
This is the Eisengol. It's a new weapon. Very fitting.
Looks intense.
I was going to say, fits you well.
Yeah, you know I don't like using a sword too often, so this is much better for me.
Yeah.
Yes, it suits you. What do you suppose the keepers have for us?
Man, I don't know. I don't know how much more news I can take. Sounds like we've all been kind of dealing with a lot, so
I know, we're
There's
all
only
learning
so much lore
so
we can
fast.
sustain.
let's hope it's good news.
Yeah, maybe they have something that'll help us out on this new journey.
They've certainly helped out a lot already. And Jules will grab his conch and, I don't know, just play with it a little bit.
So the three of you enter into the courtyard, and you see Seraphine walk up to you, Dax, and says, "You surely look like a dragon, Dax."
Thank you, Seraphine. I'm starting to feel like one. Thanks for all your help.
Of course. Thank you. And she looks to Waltz and Jules, and you as well. I have heard much of your journey. Impressive.
Thank you. I don't look like a dragon, but I definitely feel more powerful. Not as powerful as this one, though, am I right?
Hey, it's all thanks to Bayoden here.
Bayoden humbly tilts his head and then looks up and says, "I cannot take credit for the workings of the radio, but thank you, Waltz." And Edard waltzes up. Hey, waltzes up. And he says,
Hey, it all connects.
"Good. You're all here. Well,
Hello, Edard.
hello, Jules. Beautiful
Hey.
song, by the way. I must say, the Mythium has exceeded even my expectations. Truly magnificent.
Well, coming from you, that means a great deal. Thank you.
I'm glad Kyra is all right as well. I trust she's doing well, soaking this all in," and he gestures towards space.
Yes, she is. Certainly a lot to take in, but it's good to be with her.
Good. Well, unfortunately, we cannot rest for too long, and as you know, we must be departing soon so you can take control of these phylacteries. But there are some aspects of your gifts we have not yet explained to you.
Oh,
Oh,
Edard says, "Yes, well, obviously you know of the ability to travel the nodes freely, activating them using Elder, and your sigil, Doma ad Astra, will bring you here," and he gestures to the node at Keeper's Keep. But that ability, with your sigil, can only be used once per standard day. So use it wisely, all right?
noted.
very well.
Now, there are two other gifts that come with being a keeper. And I'm sure you have not yet noticed this with all you have going on, but there is a deep knowledge from the lineage of your elder mark that resides within you. Sometimes you can dig deep and call upon this knowledge in unique ways. Sometimes it may give you power you didn't have. Sometimes you may know things you did not learn yourself. It's rather elusive, I must say, but it can come in handy. Perhaps you can spend some time meditating on this to know how it feels. It's unique to each of you. This knowledge lies within your elder mark, so it comes from keepers before you. As you wield this mark yourself, you will instill your own gifts in it as well for the next keeper. And the way that this is going to take form is so that I never have to worry about this or think about it, and there's finally a lore justification. Every episode, you get 1 hero point that expires at the end of the episode, so you can't stack them. But I encourage you to use a hero point per episode, but it's automatically there. And the justification is like when you do something heroic or get a second chance at something, it's from this like innate keeper power gift. Like if you roll to know something you didn't know, it's because a keeper before you knew this thing. If you do something heroic, it's just because you channel your innate keeper power, or like a past keeper was good at this thing, things like that. But that is how it takes shape. So I don't have to tell you have a hero point. You just have one per episode, but it expires at the end of the episode. So you can't bank them up or anything like that.
What about me?
Shush, you're not
I
here.
was really hoping he wouldn't ask about that. I was really hoping he didn't ask about that. I guess you can have one, Ryan, just for being the Unbound. And the
Another
explanation
1-star
for that
reviews coming in.
is because
Like unbearable, am I right?
I guess like it really pains me, but
No.
I guess you can have one. Just because this is a game and we're friends, and I want you to play too, buddy. For now.
Thanks, buddy.
Sick, Eddard.
It's fascinating.
Eddard, what might that look like? Knowing something I did not learn myself, that I'm a little lost.
It is strange, but you will know it when it happens. And Seraphine walks up and says, like he said, it's strange. It just sort of happens. But trust me, you do not need to worry about it. It'll happen when it needs to.
It's more instinctual.
Indeed.
I mean, at this point, with everything crazy going on, this is not that surprising, so I guess I'll trust you.
Good. Right. And another gift of yours is your elder marks. They can speak to each other, identify one another, no matter where you are in this plane. But only if the mark chooses to reveal itself to another mark, meaning you can shut this pathway off between a mark of your choosing. So you will not be able to find Gothram, and he will not be able to find you, for the keepers before you have already severed the connection between those marks. But you can turn it on if you choose. And Eddard looks like maybe, I don't know why you'd ever want Gotham to find you, but there is a way for you to like send out a signal to his mark. But Dax, you can sense where Jules is. Jules, you can sense where Walt is. Like you guys always like roughly know where each other are at. Maybe not like precisely, but relatively close proximity of like where someone might be.
How do we channel this connection?
Well, now that you know you can do it, why don't you try?
Like play hide and seek?
No. Just close your eyes and see if you can sense where each other are.
Jules closes his eyes, takes a deep breath and exhales, and he thinks of Dax and feels, I don't know, I don't want to speak if you've got more of this already thought out, but it feels just a ping, just like a pull to the right of him where Dax is standing.
Yes, it's like an innate sense for sure.
And he thinks of Waltz, and again feels the ping to the left of him. And then maybe, just maybe, he thinks of Tough and feels nothing, I'm guessing, and feels a little bummed about that. But he comes out of it. Fascinating. I like it.
Let me try. And Dax will close his eyes. I can smell you, Jules, so I don't know that I need this right now. Walt, you're making a heck of a lot of noise. I don't know, I'm sure it'll work. You guys aren't particularly stealthy right now.
Yeah, I'm not usually one who's very stealthy.
Well, good. Furthermore, using this same link between other marks, so long as you are all in the same plane, once per day, you can send a message to one another, no matter where they are. A short message. Don't get too greedy with it. But this link, it will remain for a time, and you can convey information. If you receive one of these links, you can reply in kind, even if you've summoned this yourself to contact someone else. Does that make sense?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Good. Now, there is one other way you can communicate with each other, and you can do this one at will. It may take a little more practice, but if you spend some time in meditation, focusing on the other mark you want to speak to, and they receive this attempt and reciprocate in kind, you can commune in prolonged conversation as if you are standing right next to each other. It's a ritual of sorts. So he's saying like once per day you can send like a quick message, no matter what you're doing, and you can reply to each other. But also if someone's like on another planet or like far away, you can like sit down and spend like 10 minutes like calling out to them, and if they accept, then you like find yourself in almost like this conversation as if you're standing next to each other, like you can see each other sort of thing, and have like a prolonged conversation without like the time limit constraint. And like it sounds like all three of you could be in a conversation as long as you all accept, no matter where you are.
Cool.
I like it.
Sounds handy.
Absolutely.
Well, it is very handy when you're addressing threats across the system and you need to rely on each other and tell one another where you are, call for help. It is a lifesaver. And Bayoden, you see him like dip his head, like probably thinking about all the times it's gotten them out of something and sort of thinking to himself, so why don't you all take some time to practice that, all right? And let us know if you have any questions.
Yeah, we'll do.
Sounds good.
Very well.
Good. And they maybe like step off to the side and give you some time to maybe like gain some distance from each other and like try and seek out each other's elder marks and communicate and things like that. And you pretty easily are able to like figure this out like innately, like sending the quick message or like you maybe even successfully do the ritual and are able to like project each other and stand before one another. And things are going pretty well. And I would say, Jules, when you search for tough,
Yes.
you wonder why you like wouldn't be able to sense them, and you wondered if it was maybe because you like didn't know how to do this very well. And now that you've practiced a little bit, you wonder if you could search further for another elder mark across the system.
Jules will sit down and focus up a little bit more now that he's tried it. Unless, Zach, you mean I sense that this could be something that as I progress with this,
Could be a
become
little
more
both, but
accustomed
it sounds
to
like something you need to, you would feel like you want to try it, I would say.
Okay. Yeah. So Jules will sit down, find a quiet spot, and try reaching out again. Unsure if this is something that is related to those that have officially become keepers or those that have an elder mark.
Right. So you do know it sounds like whoever controlled the mark last has the authority to shut off its connection to another mark. And then once someone else learns how to manipulate the mark, they could turn it back on. So Tuff never became a keeper. So he never would know if his was severed from you, how to turn it back on. And like Gotham, obviously, like he has a mark and yours are shut off to him and his is probably shut off to you guys unless he wants you to find him. But you're hoping you can find one mark, just a sign that there's another keeper. But you know many of the marks are missing. So you guys account for 3. Gotham is the 4th. You know one of the keepers died, went to the ethereal plane and got captured by Droga. So that's 5. You know that Ryu was given one by a keeper named Kaitos, who died after giving the mark to Ryu. And then Ryu died, so it's believed like the mark was lost. So that's like another rebellion. And then the last remaining one would be Tufts, which was given by Raucus. So those are the marks you know of. So at least 2 of them probably don't exist at all, is basically like what you're led to believe.
Right.
So there's only the ability to find maybe 2 more, which would be Gotham, which you can't find, and then hopefully Tufts.
Yeah.
And as you sit there and think and search, maybe having a tough time, and then every now and then like angling your body to like another planet or something, wondering if that like helps. But you're not really expecting to find one anyway. You feel like you're expecting to be let down, essentially.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you sense an elder mark on Desolus. And using your innate keeper knowledge, no, it is not far at all from a node.
Walt, Dax! And I'll
Yeah, what?
get
What?
up Come quickly. Jules will run back to the keepers, the other keepers. Edard, I sensed another elder mark on Desolus. Is it tough?
Why would Tuff go to Desolus?
I have no idea.
Edard lifts an eyebrow. You sense an elder mark.
I did. I swear I did. It was faint, but unmistakable.
Baodin walks up. Can you tell whose it is? Seraphine tilts her head. I don't think he would be able to, for he has not met the wielder. He wouldn't be able to recognize it. Well, it can't be Kaitos. Kaitos is dead.
Surely it can't be Gothram.
No. Gothram would not reveal himself like this, unless he had a trap planned, of course. But I don't think he would want to beckon 3 keepers, especially since he knows your gifts, having seen your mind. Seems unlikely. No, it is possible. Could be a trap.
So what do we do? I'll look at them and then I'll look at Dax and Waltz.
Well, although it could be dangerous, I think as keepers now, it sort of falls on us to figure these things out, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Aye. What say you, Edard?
Well, Jules, you all are keepers now. This is your call. If you think it is your friend Tuff, perhaps you go after him. But I seem to recall he rejected being a keeper. It may not be worth the risk. But again, you must follow your heart.
If it's tough, I need to find him. I can't leave things where they were between us.
I feel like the odds of it being tougher pretty low, considering what happened not too long ago. But I do agree that we should try and figure out who it is. Like Dex said, it is our duty.
Thank you, Waltz.
Well, Waltz, Jules, we better keep our head on a swivel. I mean, we don't know what's going to be on the other side of that.
I know we're still learning, but if it's Gothram, we need to stop him. And if it's tough, I just need to know that he's all right.
I get it. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's go.
I'll be right back. And then Jules will run to go tell Kyra that he has to go. I'm assuming she's cool to stay here, right?
Yeah, Service is probably like talking her ear off about something.
So yeah, he'll tell her he'll be back as soon as he can and say his goodbyes, do what he needs to do.
All right.
That means kiss.
3 of you gather around the node, and you see the keepers, and you see Baodin and Edard and Seraphine looking at you. And Baodin says, "Be careful. If it is Gothram, he will surely try and take your sigil. Come here. And if it is Gothram, it is surely a trap. Fight together. Use your gifts. Do not give him a chance."
We will.
Dax looks to Baodin, Eddard, all the different keepers, gives a slight nod. Thanks again for all your help. And then we'll step on to the node.
Jules will step on the node as well next to Dax, putting a hand on his shoulder.
Hopefully we'll be back soon, and Waltz will join him.
All right. Jules, you would know the words as a keeper for the node. You sensed who you believe is tough nearest to, which I sent in the chat. So that is yours to read, my friend.
Per custodes lineara via duo solus umbara des.
And the node begins to illuminate. And with that, we will cut to Ryu. So Ryu, we are joining you in media res, basically, like this assault on this fort protecting the node in the Avakshan Desert has begun. So like I said, the rebels that have joined your forces that are goblinoids and can sort of blend in with the Fangdom, they posed as a raiding party, like native to this fort, were able to gain entry and then open the gates and let you guys in, and then it was just mayhem after that. So your Erikai forces have already like invaded it or like engaged in combat. There are rebels fighting atop the walls that were already like inside the fort, and you successfully had the element of surprise, but there are many, many Fangdom soldiers inside this fort, and they're like pouring out of the barracks, and this is a big, big battle. And you guys are fighting very well. Like Jin is in there as well. Like he is unleashing a lot of power. It is like chaos. Erikai magic is being unleashed. All sorts of cool Kenoshi stuff's going on. There's just bows and arrows being fired by the Fangdom soldiers, and all their weapons are out, and they're like starting to muster, and horns are blaring, signaling to any raiding parties nearby. All sorts of things like this showdown is going on. And as this is happening, you are walking like just a total badass onto the battlefield, like looking for something to demonstrate your power on and let the Fangdom know the Unbound is here, because they surely know the legend. So do you want to just describe what Ryu looks like entering this battlefield as you are preparing for combat?
So all the other boys got a glow up, so I want an opportunity to talk about Ryu's new style now too. Okay, here I go. So firstly, he'll have all his new Chief Erikai earrings all across his ear. Some are hoops, some are more dangly bits, but just imagine these long elf ears filled with piercings at this point.
Make sure you protect your dangly bits, bro.
Oh, they'll be protected. Ryu also has some new chief garb as well. So before, he just kind of wore the pre-awakening baby Erikai robe that would be most Erikai warriors before their awakening occurred. But now as chief, he has a new set of clothes that he is wearing. I looked up some Japanese words to do my best to describe what these clothes look like. So I looked up the word for samurai pants, and it seems like they're called hakama or something like that.
I was hoping it was just like pants or something. It's like really intense.
Pantsu. But they're just kind of like thicker, baggier, flowy pants. And he's also got some like leg wraps that go around his ankles. I think those are called kiahan or something. Somebody out there is going to be like, Ryan, you're screwing it up. But that's how I'm pronouncing it. The shoes that he wears, they're kind of like those sandal type things. I think they're called waraji. And then tabi are the socks that are worn, those kind of like split two-toed socks that look like Ninja Turtle feet.
He's got socks in the sand, bro. That might not go super well.
It's to protect from the sun. Ryu's
right.
definitely
You don't want
allergic.
sunburned feet. Yeah, hot feet.
Right?
I didn't think about how practical that is. My bad.
Yeah. And then his shirt is kind of similar to the robe he had before, where he's got that V-neck kind of cutout, but otherwise just flowy long sleeves. And then added to that now is a sort of cloak that he just wears over his shoulders that kind of acts as a cape flowing in the wind as he is, as you said, walking very badassedly into the fray.
Ooh, acidly.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you're walking like just unbothered by like the peripheral combat around you. You're looking for something like formidable. And as you look down this path, maybe even seeing the node that's in the center of this fort that you're here to liberate, you see like an entire orc raiding party coming out of one of the barracks and like forming up. Make right, right. As they're just preparing all their blades and pulling out their clubs and their axes, and they're hunkering down and they're looking forward, and you see that they're preparing to charge for combat. And as they look ahead, they just see you standing by yourself in this small like little path of the battlefield. As you're looking down upon them, will you roll me an athletics check?
For initiative?
Yes.
You got it, dude.
And this is like an entire like raiding party. This is like ranks upon ranks upon ranks of soldiers. So I know I've used this in one of the Caldora Chronicles, but Pathfinder has an enemy type, like a trait of troop. So it's like an abstraction, like it represents multiple soldiers, and they take up like a lot of space, and they have like unique abilities. And as you like diminish their health, like you lose ranks of the troop and their abilities change a little bit. But this represents like multiple fighters that were used taking on.
Cool. The initiative roll that I got was a 27, and I would like to do a little bit something special with my initiative roll, because I do have an ability
Special initiative.
called Battle Cry.
Nice.
Battle Cry makes
You're
it so
crying in
that
the middle of battle?
You're supposed to be tough.
Yeah, can we rename?
This is overwhelming.
So Battle Cry says that when I roll initiative, I can yell a mighty battle cry and demoralize an observed foe as a free action.
Nice.
That is
I like
sick.
it.
So I want to do this as sort of more of an announcement, but I'm hoping to demoralize maybe amongst this group or this troop if there does seem to be more of a like a leader or stronger individual amongst them.
Yeah, absolutely. As you see them all forming up, there's like a hobgoblin in the front. He's like, "Get your shields up! Hurry! Draw your blade!" And he's like getting everybody in formation, and he slowly turns around and sees that you're the one who's like staring down his troop. And he looks a little confused, maybe tilting his head, and says, "Get a load of this guy! Ready up!" And they all like raise their blades, and he's looking at you, and you get to go first, like with this initiative. So yeah, if you want to try and demoralize this guy.
I will furrow my brow and look at this goblinoid leader in front of me, but then call out to all of the goblinoids around me. If any of you goblinoids consider yourselves to be enslaved under persecution of the Fangdom, lay down your arms now, and you will be forgiven and allowed to escape off of Desolus through the very node you currently defend. This will be your first and final warning that if you do not concede, you will face death by Erakai blades, and I will blast my aura and attempt to intimidate this goblinoid leader.
Okay, roll me intimidation.
Okay. 28. Wait, I have additional stuff that I think lets me add points to intimidation too. So
All right.
I have a separate ability, Intimidating Prowess, and I hope I'm using this right, that says if I am physically there in a situation to demoralize, I can add, if my strength modifier is +5 or higher, and I'm a master in intimidation, which I am, I can add +2 to that roll. So I have a 30 total.
Dang.
Yeah.
Right. So just for any rules people out there, it says like troops have a thing called troop defense that like protects them innately from certain things, but like weakens them to other stuff or whatever. And typically like a troop as a whole is immune to things like charm or demoralize, but you can target like specific segments or like GM discretion and things like that. But you're describing like targeting the leader with this specifically and like hoping that this like trickles down to the troop. So totally doable. And you rolled a 30. And as you say that and you're calling out, like there's still like fighting going on, but you can see like anybody with like a break in the fight or anything like that or up on a wall is like looking at you yelling, and they just like you're gaining some attention at the idea of this one Eric guy standing in front of an entire troop and like calling out demands in the middle of a fight and talking about surrender in a fight that just began, saying they're here to liberate, and also an Erikai talking about freeing Fangdom soldiers sounds so foreign and so strange. And you see like maybe some in the troop thinking about like, oh, if he wins, like maybe I could leave. Like you could see like there's maybe a few like throughout the crowd that think it sounds pretty nice to leave, but like the general sentiment is, who does this guy think he is sort of look. But you can tell that the leader of this troop finds it so strange that you are making demands when you're facing down like 50 soldiers and you're doing it confidently, and then blast this like impressive aura. And you see him maybe like fidget a little bit in place and look back to his troop and then say, "Shut this guy up." And he like flails his blade forward, like telling them to charge. And you see them sort of look at each other a little intimidated and unsure of this command and wondering like what you're all about to say such things. And they sort of like not in one line start to charge you, but like are trickling. Like some say like, "Okay, we're going, all right, I guess." And then some start running, and you can tell you've like intimidated them, but they're obviously not going to like lay down their blade to one Erikai, but you're in their heads a little bit. So that was a success.
So would you say I did not critically succeed on the intimidation
Oh yeah,
check?
you definitely didn't critically succeed, but you did succeed.
Okay,
And you get to go first
cool.
as you see them barreling towards you.
For my first action, I will push the hilt of my sword with my thumb and begin to draw my new Kenoshi with its jagged, serrated blade. And in doing so, I will begin to start to transform into my unbound state slowly by drawing my blade, but I will not fully enter that unbound state like I did against Jin, where I was surging fire aura around me and my hair stood on end. So this partial transformation just has my horns grow slightly, maybe my hair starts to flutter a little bit, and the presence of my aura starts to grow. But this is only the partial transformation to my fully unbound state.
So your horns have protruded out a little bit?
So they have grown a little bit, but not to their full protruded state.
As that starts happening, some of the soldiers that are charging you are like slowing down, and you're hearing like muttering amongst them. Maybe some are grabbing the other by the shoulder, like, no, don't. Like, you're doing something no Erica has done, and it's like some of the mystique and the lore and the tales that have been told about what you did as a child are clearly like resonating with some of these that are charging towards you as your horns are growing, because that was like one of the things you did, and like legend clearly spread of this like massive horned Erica.
And then in response to no goblinoids laying down their arms, Ryu will say to himself, very well. And he will cast with a spell strike, slashing gust.
All right.
So I slash my, in this case, sword through the air, channeling miniature ripples of air from each, it says finger, not finger, the serrated edges of the blade of my sword to attack those in front of me. It has a range of 60 feet and targets 1 or 2 creatures. So, I know we're sort of attacking groups, but you can kind of decide how that'll work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
But I make a spell attack with that.
Does it do splash or area damage or anything like that?
I think it just targets 2 creatures.
Okay.
Yeah. Spell attack. Oh, need I even bother? 37.
Gosh. That's a crit, bro.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Nice.
So target's just going to take double damage and 1d4 persistent bleed damage.
Heck yeah.
All right, so it deals 6d4 slashing damage. On a critical success, the target also takes 5d4 persistent bleed damage.
Oh my gosh.
It's pretty
Somebody
slick.
come get her. He's slashing with Kadoshi.
Okay. All right, so tell me how I do the critical. Okay, so
Double
double
damage.
damage. Okay,
Yeah.
so I need to roll 12d4.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have the computer do that for me.
I swear if you just one-shot these guys.
All right, 12d4 is 29, and then the persistent bleed damage. So that says 5d4 persistent bleed damage on a critical success.
Nice. And that doesn't get doubled, just so you know.
Okay, good to know.
Because it's an effect, it's damage that only happens if you get a critical anyway. I just
Okay.
learned that today.
So it was 29 of the regular slashing damage, and then 13 of the persistent bleed damage.
Heck yeah.
Way to go, Ryan.
Thanks, I'm so powerful now.
You're so strong.
I got a powerful sword.
This is about to get gnarly.
Oh, yeah.
Ryu, as you unsheath your blade and just swing through the air, it sounds like this sonic like ripple, like this sharp edge of air through the air that just slices like in this thin sheet that's like waist high for like most of these troops. And some get their shield up, like see it coming, and others don't. And the ones that don't just get like halved, like just sliced, like completely like disconnected from their legs. Like it's completely like brutal demonstration of power. You hear just a bunch of orcs like yelling out. A lot of them are already like stumbling away from the formation. Oh, he's a demon! He's a demon! That's him! It's the Unbound! No way! Ah! And there's a bunch of them are like crumpled over on the ground. You maybe see like a torso like crawling, like some guy like barely alive for a little bit and then dies.
Jesus.
It's just like carnage. Like this demonstration of power you just did is you almost cut the forces in half with one attack. Dang, dude.
Jeez, Ryan, calm down.
Heed my words. You face the Unbound now.
And Rhea, maybe as you're saying that, your horns are growing out just a little bit more and becoming more prominent. Like your silhouette is very unique to an Erikai. Is that the end of your turn?
That is.
You see the leader who was like told them to charge. He's like running up with his shield, like he blocked that strike, and he is like eyes bugging out of his head. The Unbound, impossible! Kill him! Kill him! And he's like yelling at all the orcs. Right, and they're all just like running towards you. And some forces in the back are going to unleash some short bow strikes on you. Can you roll me a reflex save?
28.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Gosh. All right, they fire out these arrows. They start to like arch through the air and rain down on you. And Rio, you just like casually wave your hand and send a ripple of ley line energy through the air that just incinerates all the arrows like before they even hit you. And you see the ones that shot their bow just like trembling. Maybe a couple of them drop their bows entirely and are just like backing away. and another rank like runs up to you, and they're going to attack you with their javelins, like sort of up close, like stabbing at you like spears. Oh, can you roll me another reflex save?
31 on that one.
All right. Yeah, so they run up and they're all just stabbing at you from like all sides, and you're like ducking and like weaving through the crowd like very precisely. You're not even like blocking it with your blade. You're just showing them like even if you didn't have a weapon, they couldn't even touch you right now. They'd be sending out subtle little aura pushes, sending their blades off track and all sorts of things. Like they have not even touched you. And
I almost
they're now
imagine like
engulfing and surrounding
you know when Goku is fighting Jax and Birder or something like
Yeah.
that, and he's just like doing these super subtle movements like side to side, and it looks like he's not moving at all, but he's just like dodging all their attacks.
Awesome. And that'll take us back to you.
Jace and Birder. Okay, sweet. Oh, my turn. Ryu will do a spin of his blade and then begin to power up his aura in place and call out, "Let the flames of the Erakai burn you to hell." And then he will slice his blade across the ground in front of him, sending a streak of fire across the environment as he casts Wall of Fire. It lasts for a minute. It's just a 5 foot thick, 10 feet high, 60 foot long streak of flame wall that Ryu will try to relatively calculatedly see if he can sort of divide the goblinoid forces in some way so that they are split from one another and perhaps be more overwhelmed in a place by Ryu's comrades.
All right. What do they roll?
They don't roll anything. It just exists there. Any creature that crosses the wall or is occupying the wall's area at the start of its turn takes 46 fire damage.
So are you casting it on them, or are you like building a wall around you guys to like put you in an arena or something?
I am sort of just trying to do it so that like I am sort of splitting their forces almost. Like the angle really doesn't matter to me too much. My guess is that it's going to end up overlapping with some of the people that we're fighting against. But yeah.
Okay, and do they have to roll anything if you cast it on them?
I think they just take damage. It says if they start their turn there, they take 4d6 damage.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, Ryu, you just unleash this wall of fire. Like you look like a demon to them right now. You're like conjuring fire. You're like, they're already so afraid, and now like a wall of flame is around them and like splitting them down the middle. Is that the end of your turn?
That is the whole turn, yep.
Okay, then can you roll me 4d6?
Oh yeah, 11.
Instantly you just see like a bunch of the troops are like on fire and like running. Like the ranks are so scattered right now. Like you started like mere seconds ago fighting like this block of enemies, and now they're just like running, and many are on fire, and there's like the guys cut in half like crawling on the ground and screaming. It's like you have just unleashed carnage like instantly. And you see the leader, he's now trembling and looking at like all these soldiers on the ground and like the fire and like what you've demonstrated without even breaking a sweat. And he slowly looks at you, and he just sees your horns, and like the fire's like reflecting off your eyes, and he's just trembling, and he's like, the Unbound, it's him. And he looks up to the walls, and he says, wake up, Nidravath, wake her up. And you see the ones up on the wall, they're like, what? Oh, she'll kill us all. It's the bloody Unbound. Do it. We're gonna die anyway. We can't let him escape. And you see them like looking at each other like, are we really gonna do this? This isn't a good idea. And the commander yells out again, do it now. Right. And they nod, and like you see a bunch of troops like running along the wall, and you see them go up to essentially like these trebuchets, like long distance stuff that is like of no concern to you because you're like way too close and there's no way to like fire it in here, and you already have the element of surprise. And you see them run up to like 3 of them and then just swing a blade and like cut a rope, and then you see 3 trebuchets cascading just whip and unleash like 3 massive boulders that are flying out of the fort. And it seems like a lot of the orcs and things like that know what's going on as they stop fighting, and they're just like looking at these arching through the air. They look terrified, and maybe even some of the Urukai are confused why the fighting has stopped, and even you all just follow these 3 massive boulders that look like they're just heading towards the mountain range in the distance at absolutely nothing. And you see 3 of them just make contact with the mountain, and you hear a large rumble and an eruption and some smoke come off the mountain in 3 various points. And the battlefield is like silent.
Oh.
And you hear some of the orcs like drop their weapons and they're like backing away. Oh, what have we done? Oh. And you hear a loud quake and a crack, and you feel like your eyes are deceiving you as the very mountain itself detaches from the mountain chain and slowly take the form of like a gargantuan humanoid looking mountain that is awoken from a slumber and starts slowly but like covering massive ground in just one step, departing from the mountain, and lets out a deep rumbling roar that shakes the entire ground. Maybe even some of the fort wall crumbles and falls. And you remember Norag, the guide you had, avoided these mountains out of superstition, saying they're sacred and must not be disturbed. And these Fangdom soldiers, realizing that the Unbound is here and they're gonna die anyway and they can't let you leave, chose to awaken this neutral, gargantuan, like old magic infused monstrosity that has slumbered in the mountains and slowly turns its gaze at the origin of its disturbance and slowly starts lumbering towards you. And Jin runs up to you. Chief, we gotta go. We can't defeat that thing. It's gonna kill us all in the open. We gotta distract it or something. There's no way. Like this thing, like the battle seems like it's over. Like the soldiers are gonna like let you leave. It's like every man for themselves, but like it's just nothing but open field. Like you guys were in that barren wasteland, and you realize like all of your forces and even the Fangdom's forces like are probably gonna get wiped out unless like you give them an opportunity to leave. But you have no idea if you can defeat this thing. This would be like the ultimate. You don't know where your power ends. You don't know how strong this thing is, but like your soldiers are toast unless something distracts us.
I turn to Jin and say, I can defeat all things. And I'll start trudging towards the mountain.
Jin is like very like, what?
And then as I'm walking away, I'll turn my head back towards Jin and say, my power will hold off the beast. Ensure the Erikai and our new comrades can escape.
He looks like he's gonna say something, like opens his mouth, but can see in your eyes like how serious you are, and looks at all the soldiers that need to like still probably fight some Fangdom to get out of here and like need guidance and leadership in this time. And he doesn't know if like you can defeat this or not. He's like, maybe he can, and he knows he can. I don't know, but I'm gonna obey the chief. And he looks at you and says, yes, chief. Show him what the Unbound can do. And he turns and he starts calling out to the soldiers, on me, let's go. And they start to form up. And as you're walking towards this mountain, Rio, you are very confident, and you're exuding confidence for your troops, but you would be an absolute, like, you would be deceiving yourself and like a fool if you just knew for certain you didn't know a mountain could like turn in, like, you're just like, I have no idea, we're gonna find out what I can do, but I might die again, I don't know. And as you're stepping towards it, you hear the sound of the node humming behind you, and maybe the soldiers stop running for a second, and even the Erikai. This is very strange. The soldiers know for sure that this node does not align at this time. Everyone is looking at it as off in the distance a mountain is lumbering towards you, and you don't have anyone else to help you fight. And as you look back at the node, you see it ignite in a beam of light, strike down into the node and hold for a brief moment. And as the light fades, you know who you're looking at. You see Waltz, Dax, and Jules.
Oh boy.
Standing
For the first time.
atop
For the first time in
a
forever.
node. And the 3 of you aren't really sure what you're looking at for a moment. You definitely see an Erikai, but their horns are a little bit longer than usual. And you see other Erikai elsewhere and goblins, and you don't know what's going on, but you look up and see a mountain coming at you and do not know what you've gotten yourself into.
Ryu will turn towards the ignited troop that just arrived on the node and say, Digsby's crew.
Ryu?
And that is where we'll end our
goodness
game
gracious.
session. Very patient of you, Ryan, to wait 8 episodes of season 3 to be with everybody. Took a while, but here we are. But it's cool. I mean, it'll be a short-lived reunion because now you got to fight a mountain. So someone's
Easy.
dying. Hey,
GG,
reunion.
easy.
Probably the name of the episode. That was Ryan's idea, by the way.
Yeah.
Or it'll be the next episode, so we don't spoil it in this one. Just by the
That's a
title.
good point.
I
Let's
don't
wait
know.
for
We'll
him
see.
to
We'll
get
figure it.
killed and then
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
call
kill him
it.
and then we'll call it a reunion.
Yeah.
But you know what? Shut up. We
Okay.
can talk about that in the downtime.
Fine. Jeez.
Okay. Really sorry
Just
I
go
had
on
to
and
say
shut
it
up
like
anyways.
that.
I was gonna do it.
I'm gonna get on the internet real quick, and I'm gonna look for some comments.
Please don't.
I learned about that last
About
episode.
our show or just general
You told me
comments
about it.
that people have left on
Well, I'm on
random things?
comments.com, so I really hope that's not a weird
What'd
website
you
without me
find?
knowing. Someone's like, "You're on
Definitely is.
comments.com, bro."
Yikes.
All right, so comments.com, type in Mortals and Portals. Okay. This is on Spotify. On, let's see, season 2, episode 20, someone put, "You're the Zoom and we're the boom," in quotations. Classic, tough, incredible episode yet again. You guys remember that episode? You guys
Yeah.
remember that
Classic,
episode?
tough, boom.
That was a
and
good
also
one, man.
Zoom.
That was really, really cool.
That was a good
and
one.
that was written by someone named Blur Dan.
Blur Dan.
121.
Blur Dan. He's
yeah,
my
Blur
neighbor.
Dan. I actually know Blur Dan. It's a really cool name.
I know him from
let's see.
comments.com. He's on there a lot.
That's actually where I know him from
Yeah, he's
too.
pretty funny.
Seems like we met him in the same spot. And then
We
on
don't talk. I just wave at him when we check our mail.
Season 1, episode 20, Bleebly said, "I'm so hooked on the story right now."
What
and
was
the,
that?
I'm so
a
hooked
funny
on the
voice.
story and the characters right now. I wonder how the story around Ryu and the Irokai will unfold. Smiley face. And they literally said that in episode 20 when you die 5 episodes later. Hey, if you're still here, you're finding out now. Your patience was rewarded. It only took a season and a half.
Yeah, right.
but-
Hopefully it didn't leave.
yeah, now
That's
you're,
slow
now you're
burn.
finding out. And then let's read another one. Season 2, episode 24. Bleepest P said, "Jules whipping the
That was a
trident
noise?
around feels like a Souls-like boss. I'm not sure who to root for in the moment. And regarding boss fights in general, Zach really brings up the 'are we the baddies' energy from bosses. Had that feeling with Sindor too." That's funny. Do I guys make you question if you're the bad guys?
Always.
All the time.
Yeah, because you are the bad guys, and that's why you question that.
Right.
If you weren't the bad guys, you wouldn't have to worry about that. But since you are, you wonder. So
It's like a
yeah, I'm really
self-fulfilling
looking forward to the
prophecy.
finale of the show, where I just like go back and highlight all the ways you've like ruined everybody's lives, and then just kind of end it. That's
I'm sure you
sort of
could,
what I'm
too.
working towards.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get to that later.
Okay.
I'm just gonna end it. Does anyone want to say anything? I'm just gonna say goodbye. now.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thank
okay,
you.
You want to say anything, Ryan?
Yeah,
Are
thank
you
you.
thankful, Adam?
Spade and neuter your pets.
All right, we'll see you next time, mortals.
Primo content tonight.
Hey guys, Zach here. Something a little different for the blooper this time. If you remember at the end of 3.6, we had the blooper of us singing the "Hey There Delilah," but about the Quetzalcoatlus. We had someone in the Discord, Matt of Westward, make their own like way better version of it called "Hey There Rojira." And the amount of lore in it is like incredible. There's parts of the Keeper's Creed, a bunch of the made up languages, so many story elements just wrapped into the lyrics. And also, they're just a very talented guitar player and singer. And I just thought it was really cool. They whipped that up and shared it with us. And I wanted everyone else to hear it because it's the, just the better continuation of what we were doing. So, yeah, without further ado, hey there, Rojira.
Hey there, Ojira, what's life like in Hygar Mountain? Now the biggest doom since the Drakthum is at our door and pound and give me grace. Oh, fiery one who flies in space, I know my place. Hey there, Ojira, it's your favorite kobold Roga. I am here humbly entreating you. Together we'll fight Drogas and your spark. I'll protect the weak from evil's mark and light the dark. Oh, I need to speak to you. Oh, I need to speak to you. And oh, you said I'd be Draxu. Oh, you said I'd be Draxu. Said I'd be Draxu. Hey there, Ojira, thank you, sir, for sending core. Although he doesn't think I cut the mustard at draconic lore, he is polite. He helps me avoid your sweltering smite, which is alright. Hey there, Ojira, sorry for all the confusion. When I thought that core was you, I hope that you found that amusing, and if not, I hope the chorus takes that thought. It's all I've got. Oh, I need to speak to you. Oh, I need to speak to you. No, you said I'll be Draxu. Oh, you said I'll be Draxu. My sword, it has a striking rune, and I'm the spawn of Theragoon, so I'll just bravely jabber at thy jaw. The wiser flee, but I have come to stand against Alvirium by the Antigua Potentia. I beg you in this place of rock, please say Draxu ad Vidorak Vizavinari Shorash Vandroga, please Rojira. Hey there, Ojira, won't you think about the optics? I came all the frick to Norvik, and I faced Quetzalcoatlus, I declare. And if you spoke Elder, I would swear I will freely face your fire fair. Droga, you had better beware. Oh, I came to speak to you. Oh, I came to speak to you. No, you'll make me the Draxu. Oh, you'll make me the Draxu. Make me the Draxu.